GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Let's dive into the headlines shaping our city and beyond, with the latest updates you need to know right now.
The World Road Cycling Championships will roll into the island this September, with races slated for 2027. Organizers say the week-long event will draw the sport's top riders to contest the streets and parkways of the city, showcasing Quebec's rolling terrain and urban circuit. With the calendar now set, officials note the competition arrives in roughly 100 days, giving the city time to finalize routes and hospitality plans. The championships, run each year by the sport's global governing body, bring national teams from dozens of countries to contest the coveted rainbow jerseys. Local businesses anticipate a boost as fans and athletes stream in, while volunteers prepare to guide crowds along the course. The event marks the first time the world title will be contested on Canadian soil.
Today, the city of Montreal announced the launch of a citywide reflection and public consultation to overhaul Avenue du Parc, a corridor long flagged as one of the island's most dangerous. Over the past 13 years, the street has seen 13 road users lose their lives, a toll that prompted officials to label the avenue a high-risk thoroughfare. The new study will map traffic patterns, assess crossing points, and explore design options that could slow speeds, add protected bike lanes, and improve pedestrian visibility. Residents, businesses, and advocacy groups will be invited to submit comments through an online portal and a series of neighborhood meetings slated for the coming months. Municipal leaders said the process aims to produce a concrete redesign plan that prioritizes safety and restores confidence for everyone who travels the boulevard.
Montreal police are launching a citywide search for the driver who fled after striking a pedestrian in the Ville-Marie district early Thursday morning, June 11. The Service de Police de la Ville de Montreal confirmed that the collision occurred in the downtown core before the suspect abandoned the vehicle and left the scene. Officers have canvassed the area, are reviewing surveillance footage, and are checking nearby cameras to identify the vehicle and its driver. Investigators are deploying units from the traffic division and have requested assistance from neighboring jurisdictions to track the suspect's movements. The hit and run took place near a major intersection on Rue Saint Laurent, a corridor known for heavy pedestrian traffic. Police have not released further details about the victim or the circumstances, and the case remains open.
Residents, parents, and alumni have gathered this summer to fight for Villa Maria College's future on its historic Notre Dame de Grace campus in Montreal. School officials warn that the Catholic high school faces deep financial shortfalls that could force closure or a move off the site. Campaigners say the institution has served the neighborhood for generations, and that thousands of families would lose a local option for secondary education if the doors close. The group has organized petitions, town hall meetings, and social media drives, urging the board to find a sustainable funding plan. Administrators acknowledge the community's passion, but stress any solution must cover the substantial deficits before the school can remain open. The battle continues as the summer progresses, with both sides pressing for a resolution that protects the school's legacy while addressing its fiscal reality.
Halton Police announced today they have taken 5 suspects into custody as part of a sweeping investigation into a regional car theft ring. Authorities say the men and women are linked to more than a dozen vehicle thefts that have plagued southwestern Ontario over the past several months. A 6th individual believed to have participated remains at large, and detectives have launched a citywide search to locate the fugitive. Police disclosed that the operation uncovered a coordinated network that targeted cars for resale and parts, prompting a coordinated raid across several neighborhoods. Investigators emphasized that the arrests represent a significant step toward dismantling the organized scheme, and they urged anyone with further information to contact the Halton Police Service. The case remains active as officers continue to piece together the full scope of the criminal enterprise.
Later, we'll dive into Quebec's provincial pickleball championship moving outdoors, plus a look at tonight's forecast. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
Watch the local sunset tonight at 6 p.m. for all your local Montreal news.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. Let's dive straight into our local stories with Rashek Reed right after this.
The Marcel Lemia Provincial Pickleball Championship will shift to an all-outdoor format for the first time this weekend. Organizers have installed 20 new courts in Salaberry de Valleyfield, southwest of the major metropolitan area, and plan to run the competition from 12 to 14 June, weather permitting. The move marks the inaugural outdoor edition of Quebec's annual provincial tournament, which traditionally took place indoors. Players and fans can expect the fresh courts to showcase the sport's fast-paced rallies against a summer backdrop. Officials say the schedule will remain flexible, with matches delayed only if conditions turn unsuitable. The outdoor setting aims to broaden the event's appeal and give participants a chance to experience pickleball in open air for the first time in the province's championship history. Local vendors will line the perimeter, offering refreshments to spectators who gather under the summer sky.
The Francos de Montreal Festival is rolling out 10 free concerts this week, running from June 12th through June 20th as part of its 37th edition. Music lovers across the city can enjoy a range of francophone sounds without paying a cent, with performances set in parks, community centers, and public plazas. Organizers say the free series is designed to bring the celebration of French-language music to neighborhoods that might not normally attend ticketed shows. Each concert will feature local and international artists, offering everything from upbeat pop to traditional folk. Because the events are open air, families can bring a blanket, kids can play, and commuters can pause their day for a quick musical interlude. The lineup will be posted online, and the festival invites everyone to share the spirit of Francophone culture throughout the summer week.
Residents of Lachine have been placed on the city's water use vigilance list and are now being asked to cut back on potable water consumption. Officials warned that the municipal water network cannot be shut off for the borough, so the directive focuses on voluntary reduction. The advisory follows a broader city-wide campaign urging neighborhoods to conserve drinking water amid tightening supply limits. Households are encouraged to limit indoor flushing, shorten showers, and postpone non-essential lawn watering. The city stresses that collective restraint is the only tool available to keep the system operating without interruptions. Authorities will monitor usage throughout the summer and may adjust the advisory if conditions change. City engineers estimate the shortfall could affect thousands if usage remains high. The message is clear: every liter saved helps maintain reliable service for all residents in the area.
Police on June 11th carried out a coordinated raid that dismantled a vehicle theft network tied to the Hells Angels, officials said. The operation spanned several sites in Quebec, leading to the seizure of dozens of stolen cars and the arrest of multiple suspects believed to be part of the ring. Authorities noted the group had been targeting vehicles for resale and parts, a long-standing problem in the province. Montreal residents may see fewer stolen vehicle reports as the crackdown removes a key supply source. The raid was led by the Provincial Anti-Organized Crime Unit, which filed grand theft auto charges against 2 arrested individuals. Seized vehicles are being processed for return to owners when ownership can be verified. Investigators said the effort is part of a broader push to curb organized crime activity in the region.
CF Montreal announced on June 11th that head coach Frédéric Ulefroy will retain his role through the remainder of the season. The club confirmed the decision after a brief tenure that began in April, when Ulefroy stepped in to replace Marco Donidal. Management said the continuity will allow the team to maintain its current tactical approach as it prepares for the final stretch of competition. Players and staff were informed that no further coaching changes are planned before the season concludes. The announcement comes as the club evaluates its performance and looks to solidify its position in the league standings. The club issued the statement through its official channels, expressing confidence in Ulefroy's leadership. The team will continue its preparations under his guidance as it eyes qualification for the playoffs. Fans can expect the same leadership on the sidelines for the upcoming matches.
Now let's get a look at tonight's weather outlook, so you can plan your evening.
Tonight's weather snapshot rolls in, setting the stage for tomorrow's plans across Montreal with a clear outlook. On this day, the city's all-time heat record stands at 31.4 degrees Celsius, set back in 2017 during an unusually persistent heat wave that pushed temperatures well above the usual summer norm. The cold counterpart is 8.7 degrees Celsius, recorded in 2020 when a sudden Arctic dip surprised residents with a brisk snap of winter weather. By contrast, the long-term June normals hover around 29 degrees for the high and 17 for the low, giving today a comfortable middle ground. At 11 tonight, the city rests under a clear sky with a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, humidity at 58%, and a gentle breeze from the west at 23 kilometers per hour. Earlier this afternoon, the mercury climbed to 34 degrees before dipping to a low of 17 as the sun slipped below the horizon at 8:43. The ultraviolet index peaked at 8, so anyone who was out earlier should have used strong sunscreen. Winds peaked at 25 kilometers per hour from the southwest, but there is no rain in the forecast and no alerts in effect. That wraps up tonight's picture as we turn to the 5-day outlook. Looking ahead, Saturday will linger under a blanket of clouds with a high of 27 and a low of 17, keeping the humidity comfortable. Sunday brings a rise to 29 degrees at its peak, but the clouds will part just enough for light rain and an 85% chance of showers, so an umbrella might be wise for morning commuters. Monday and Tuesday settle back into clear skies, both offering highs around 20 and lows near 14, perfect for outdoor plans without worrying about rain. On Wednesday, a warm spell returns with a high of 22, though a brief light rain with a 30% chance adds a splash of freshness. All in all, week balances mild warmth with occasional showers, giving you plenty of options for what to wear and when to head outside.
Up next, traffic updates for the rush hour, a look at today's top events and a preview of our sports coverage. We will be right back.
Watch the local sunset tonight at 6 p.m. for all your local Montreal news.
And now here's Jason with sports.
Montreal hockey making headlines at the NHL Awards podium this week. A double trophy night for the Canadiens. Captain Nick Suzuki has won the Frank J. Selk Trophy, awarded to the league's top defensive forward, while teammate Cole Caulfield claimed the Lady Byng Trophy. The NHL announced both awards Friday, according to CBC Sports NHL. The Canadiens' playoff run is over after Carolina eliminated Montreal in the Eastern Conference Final. Logan Stankoven of Kamloops scored one of 3 first-period goals in Game 5 as the Hurricanes advanced to the Stanley Cup Final, per CBC Sports NHL. A major signing in women's hockey. According to a person with knowledge of the deal who spoke to the Associated Press, star forward Hillary Knight is headed to PWHL expansion team Detroit via sign-and-trade involving Las Vegas. Sportsnet reported the deal Monday.
On St. Laurent Boulevard, just steps from the colorful stalls of Jean Talon Market, a small crowd gathers around the community center's front steps. Peter Miller watches a retired schoolteacher clutch a crumpled ticket, a young mother holding her toddler's hand, and a teenager with a baseball cap, all sharing the same hopeful grin. Loto Quebec has launched a city-wide search for the 3 lucky ticket holders whose numbers will unlock $1 million each, plus a rare lifetime annuity that will keep one winner's dreams alive forever. The air is thick with the scent of fresh coffee from the nearby cafe, and a street musician's soft saxophone drifts through the crowd as volunteers hand out bright orange flyers. When the center's doors swing open, a local volunteer steps forward with a list. The teacher's eyes widen as her name appears, followed by a chorus of cheers for the mother whose ticket will fund her child's education, and a quiet, tearful smile from the teenager who will finally afford a scholarship. The moment feels like a shared sunrise over the neighborhood, a reminder that good fortune can find anyone. It's a simple, powerful reminder that community and chance can walk hand in hand.
On St. Laurent Boulevard, just east of the Plateau, residents are bracing for the severe thunderstorms forecast for this afternoon. Meteorologists warn of strong winds, frequent lightning and hail the size of peas, conditions that can trip transformers and knock out blocks of power. At the corner bakery, owner Marie Leclerc has already switched on a backup generator, the soft hum mingling with the distant rumble of thunder as she rolls out fresh croissants for the early morning crowd. Across the street, the community center's volunteers have set up a charging station, letting a teenage skateboarder share his power bank with an elderly couple whose lights flickered out just as the first drops began. The rain taps a steady rhythm on the storefront windows, but inside, strangers exchange smiles and spare batteries, turning a potential inconvenience into a small act of solidarity. By the time the storm moves eastward, the neighborhood will have kept its lights on in more ways than one. The city's resilience shines brightest when neighbors look out for each other.
Thanks, Montreal, for tuning in. Today's look at the World Road Cycling Championships coming to our city really highlighted the excitement ahead. We'll be back tomorrow with more stories that matter to you. We appreciate your community spirit and look forward to sharing tomorrow's updates on the Avenue redesign and more. Stay safe, stay curious, and see you then.